everybody. Welcome back to Small Town Podcast.
Small Town Podcast.
I'm back.
Woo! Finally.
But this is our last episode in the basement. So, a new location will be announced later in the show. Stay tuned. Woo!
Welcome back, everybody. And Nessa, welcome, Reese's replacement. Just kidding. Risa was your replacement.
Risa was just an extra.
She was just an extra.
I was just away.
You've been here since the get-go.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad somebody missed me.
I did, definitely.
You're saying I didn't miss you?
I think the people out there also missed you. But
maybe.
I mean, we don't know because no one comments. So
Comment.
maybe you guys should comment. Tell us on last week's episode how much you missed everybody else. But also tell us how much you like Risa. And tell your friends. Tell your friends about the podcast, please.
And while you're at,
what's the count on the subscribers?
oh, we are at. I just was looking. I think it's up to 83 now.
It was 82 this morning when I checked. It's growing.
It is so growing because that one episode we had 50, and then Damon's like, all right, by the end of this episode we're gonna have 20 more, and obviously we didn't get 20 more in that one night, but now we're 30 more, and that was not even that long ago.
83 subscribers currently.
Dang,
that's awesome.
When you sent us the stats the other day, Grant, it said we had gained 27 subscribers in 28 days.
Wow.
So that averages, one a day pretty much.
That's so good.
Which is just wild. We never really thought this would get that big. But I mean, I guess if we are in the top 1% of all podcasts, we got to expect big things. So
yeah.
You didn't listen to last week's, did you?
I did not.
Oh man, did you see the article that I sent you guys? Or did I just send that to you?
You just sent it to me.
Okay, you'll have to go. We'll have to read it afterward.
Well, I told her about it a little bit.
Yeah, you told me about a little bit when we got home.
There's so many. So there's really, after all the math and everything, out of the 2 million people that do podcasts, and 20,000 actually go past 20 episodes. So that comes out to be the top percent.
Yeah,
Heck yeah.
No, I think you did put it in the chat because then Damon's like, what?
Yeah, Damon was like, what do you mean 1%?
Didn't know what was happening.
Yeah,
but
he doubts us.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he will be back eventually.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think he said maybe next week. So stay tuned for that if you're excited to see him back.
Comment, subscribe on YouTube, and then give us a follow and a 5-star review on Apple and Spotify.
We have 10 5-star reviews on Spotify.
Really?
Yeah, last time it had been
there's only
5.
3 of us. So that means, what, 7 of you? That's awesome.
Yeah. We're so happy for you guys. Thank you for being here with us.
Yeah.
Through all of this craziness. So if you do watch on YouTube, should we just talk about it now?
Just say it.
Yeah, if you do watch on YouTube, we have changed locations once already. From one of our houses to another one of our houses, but now another one of us is moving out of her parents' house, not her basement.
No, it's the basement.
I have my own bedroom upstairs.
No,
but we are leaving my parents' house, and I'm moving out to a new place, and so we're taking the studio with us.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a new layout, a new room to record in, so that's really exciting to see how we get that set up.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it's a big enough room, or else we're gonna have to just we can use the master bedroom as the studio, and I'll take the tiniest room. Just kidding. We will not be doing that. We can figure something else out. Yeah, but I'm excited to move. I have 2 more weeks left here, but I can get into my house next week. So by the time you're listening to this, I probably have the keys. Crazy.
Keys to the city.
Keys to the city, absolutely. Yeah, that's really exciting though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be like you guys and living without my parents.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Not gonna lie.
All grown up. Heck yeah, stepping out on my own, flying the coop, all those other metaphors.
I don't know another one.
I really don't know any.
I just know flying the coop.
But yeah, so exciting. We're moving the podcast. So that's another reason why we're changing the name of it, is that it went from should we say it? We went from Janae's house to here, and then we're going from here to my house. So then being away from small town, being away from Janae's house, becoming less and less of her baby, I guess you could say, and becoming more of a thing that we're doing just for fun. And we promise she's going to be back. Her and Damon just have very, very busy lives. I don't understand how it just got flared up right there over the past like month or so. But yeah, it's definitely going to help them a lot, and they're going to not feel as stressed to work on stuff for the podcast and have to be here, but it'll be more of a relaxing, fun thing for them to join us. So looking forward to having them back on, because the last episode we had with all 5 of us was fire.
Really good.
It was really, really good.
That was
Alsace.
That was over a month ago now when you're listening to this.
Wow. That's crazy. That is crazy.
I mean, I think we're doing pretty good though, just the 3 of us. But
yeah, I'd say.
let us know in the comments.
Just the 3 of us.
That's not the name of the song.
Yeah, I know. I changed it, Sydney.
3 Musketeers is more like it. I don't know if there's a song about 3 though.
The only thing I'm remembering is the one Full House episode where they're trying to remember the Three's Company theme song.
Yeah.
And they're all like the thing and a thing and a thing. Three's Company too.
Yeah.
That
was a good show. Full House.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said Three's Company.
No, that was, well, I don't know if it was an actual
show.
I never found out.
Oh.
But
Three's
it was
Company?
Yeah.
I feel like it.
I don't know if it was a
Company.
show or if somebody from another show sang it. I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't know. I mean, I've heard that song before. I heard about Full House, but
Gotcha. No, Full House was a good show.
such a good show.
Fantastic.
I really can't say I've watched all of them or could tell you like the entire plot of it, but I do know like of it.
I was obsessed.
Yeah, sorry. I don't really watch much TV, so
Yeah.
I don't know all the stuff, but yeah.
Did you see that episode that Grant was talking about? That
No, I don't know that one. I only know like, I couldn't tell you like any specific episodes, but I know like the characters. I could tell you like Uncle Joey and Lori Loughlin. I don't know her name. And then Candace Cameron and
DJ.
Yeah. And then Stephanie.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them I know the actors. Some of them I know like the characters. But yeah, it's all there. The Olsen twins, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Mary Kate and Ashley. Michelle and herself, because she played one character. But wasn't there twins at one point?
They did it for like a spoof in an episode.
Okay.
Yeah. It was to like, I don't know, I forget, but I think it was like, yeah.
They normally did that with kid actors, though. They would have twins.
I mean, yes, and then they would just like go on and off who's in like the best mood or whatever.
Imagine being like the favorite twin.
Yeah.
And be like, I was on most of them, so. Dang.
I think they spread them out evenly, but yeah, that'd be difficult. I want twins though.
I do too.
I know. I can have twin girls. You can have twin boys.
I don't know if I could raise boys, because I
then
only
you can
have
girls,
sisters.
I can have boys.
Okay. Or we could just have one of each.
Or that.
We could each have one of each.
I like identical, like how you can't tell them apart.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I forgot. You can't have identical if they're different genders.
No. I mean, you could, but one would just have.
Is it true that it's genetic?
What do you mean?
Twins is genetic. Like to have twins is genetic?
Well, they always said it like skips a generation.
Right.
So like my pap, his brothers are twins. And then my mom didn't have, like, her generation didn't have any twins. And then it's supposed to be my generation having twins. So it's I don't know if that's completely true, but that's what, like, people say.
Mine's the same way.
Risa, find out for us.
Yeah, Risa, please.
Yeah, Risa.
Risa's stuff's laying all here, and I'm sure there's, like, a book over there we could...
that is a really big book right there.
Find something about twins in there.
I'd rather not open that book.
The one right beside the catheter?
Yeah.
You don't know what page you're going to open to.
Yeah, that's very true. Risa's textbook, sometimes she'll like post to Be Real and she'll be like, sorry, I had to like retake it. Yeah, get that book. Sometimes she just like retake her Be Real because she's like, oh, I was studying anatomy, and no one wants to see that. This thing,
literally so
chonky. What's it even called?
The
Merrick Manual.
MERCK Manual.
Merck.
20th edition.
Get murked.
Let's just open a page.
It looks like there shouldn't be any pictures.
There's like a timeline. Critical care medicine, section 6.
Oh.
Approach the critically
No, this is very
ill
interesting.
patient.
Because...
I don't find this interesting.
No, it is. Because section 5 is pulmonary disorders. And so then it has all the disorders. It has like airway tumors and chest
How do you know
tumors. It literally says.
Oh.
Chest wall tumors.
Chest wall tumors. And then it says like the diagnosis, symptoms, treatment. That's really cool. And if you had to study this all for a test, bro.
Imagine it was just like, study pages 1 to 1,000, 2,000. Holy cow, how many pages are in this, John?
Symptoms in infants.
Oh, pictures in the back. I found some. My bad.
That was a hand, though. So
Yeah,
we're
but
safe with a hand.
It was warty.
Oh.
Oh, is that frostbite?
I don't know. I'm looking at that.
Okay, let's close the book.
Never mind.
Anyways,
Why
twins.
am I not nursing?
Twins are, I'm pretty sure twins are genetic because
I think they are too.
and I've heard the same thing about them skipping generations. My grandma had twins, so like uncles that are twins. And then that would be like your parents' generation and it skips them and then it's like us.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. We'll see. Time will tell, I guess.
Yeah.
We have plenty of time though, so whatever.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Today I'm like really tired. I'm just gonna apologize in advance. I got up this morning and I had to get to work by 5, which isn't like early. Like it could be worse, but yeah, I had to get in because I had to put in a 10-hour day. I'm going away this week, so I'm putting in some 10-hour days, which is fine, and I'm grateful for it. But man, does it like take it out of you to like sit at a desk for 10 hours and just stare at a screen. I get up and I like walk around like at least once an hour just to keep myself like awake. And also my watch yells at me. It's like, you haven't stood up yet. So I'm like, okay, let me just take a little gander. But yeah, dude, I'm unwell, kind of.
I'm tired too.
Why?
I don't know. I just took forever to wake up.
We had a
Really?
long weekend.
Yeah,
Long weekend.
it was.
This weekend, I don't know if you guys know, but we went to see Anna Wilson, which was so cool.
Very fun.
Would totally see her 5 million times. So yeah, we did have a long weekend because we went to a cabin and yeah, made it a long weekend. So
It would be nice to see her again without rain,
yes,
though. The rain unfortunately cut her show short by like probably like half an hour short.
Yeah. Was it really a half hour, you think?
I mean, the concert only went on for like an hour. It wasn't quite 9:00 and it started at 8. By the time we all had to like leave because of the lightning, but yeah, she had some. I mean, she played like the good ones. There was still, I mean, all of them are good, but she played like the best ones, I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were like, okay, I guess we gotta go. But yeah, Grant even made the joke that if I come and I bring the rain, that I was uninvited. But I brought the rain, so
because
my
like
bad.
every concert that we've been to like together, it has always rained.
Yeah.
And so then
it
Grant
has.
was like, Sydney, if this rains, we're never inviting you to a concert ever again.
I almost had to walk to the cabin because thank goodness I drove myself. But
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yep, so you're not coming anymore.
dang it.
Well, me and Sydney are going to one in October just by ourselves. So
Yeah. So
Good luck with that.
Is that
Sorry
one
about that.
inside?
It is. Yeah.
That one's inside.
It's in a
so
theater.
if it rains, we should be
Right.
fine. But
And we won't be in the mountains. We'll be
No.
in a city.
yeah, which
So.
might be worse. But
We'll be near New Jersey, maybe near a Wawa. We can
oh,
I want to get some.
Yay.
I actually saw my first advertisement sign in Chambersburg for Wawa. I was like, what is that red with a goose on it? But it was a Wawa sign as I was coming up the highway towards Chambersburg.
Sick.
Well,
Sickening.
Janelle, like we have like a family group chat, and Janelle, my sister, did you see this, Grant? She sent it in the group chat.
Yeah,
it was like an article about Wawa like coming to like our county, and like how in the next like how many years, like 5 years,
something like
that, they're gonna put like a lot more like in our area or like the surrounding area. And she sent that because she knows Grant like hates Wawa, so I think she sent it just to like spite him or something. But
Egg 'em on.
yeah,
I have to
Didn't
say-
get anything out of me, but I hate Wawa. I mean, I hope the expansion goes south on them and they just get no traction and Sheets Rudders and 7-Eleven all thrive.
Well,
I'm throwing if I'm throwing 7-Eleven in there, you know Wawa sucks, and I despise them.
Okay, so when I was away last week, I was at the beach, and they had a lot of Royal Farms.
They're not bad.
How do we feel?
I've never had Royal Farms, but my friend's dad said that their chicken is like the best chicken there, like ever.
I had a
chicken tenders.
No,
Chicken.
anything chicken.
Anything chicken.
Oh.
Their like slogan is something about chicken. I forget.
Yeah, they have like a big rooster in the front.
Yeah, it says like Royal Farms, and it says something about like chicken.
That would make sense
Underneath
like,
it.
Farms.
Yeah.
Royal Farms, right?
Royal Farms.
Yeah.
Yep.
If I could spell.
But like I don't know if all Royal Farms have a gas station or not, if they're like Wawa and just like have Royal Farms like store or
Their slogan is no, there's like two. One says real fresh, real fast, real green, and another one says eat, drink, and be clucky.
That's probably the gas station.
That's not it either.
Wait, probably not.
I don't know. It's a slogan, but it's like underneath the Royal Farms sign. There's like says something about chicken.
Let me see.
At least the one that I saw at the beach. But there was so many down there.
Yeah, they're more of a Eastern PA thing too.
It's just what's this one say? Their logo. Real fresh, real fast. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms. It doesn't say anything about chicken. Oh, this one is on a world famous chicken.
Yes, that.
And fresh kitchen.
Yes, that.
Dang, world famous.
Yes.
Don't have them up in here in PA, but
there they are.
The whole world. No, really?
York.
Oh, over there. Not up here,
I
like
was
on
in
the side of the mountain. But
Maryland, so
Maryland will do it.
Maryland/Delaware.
Like I had like a breakfast chicken sandwich one time when I was at the prison because I didn't eat breakfast before I left.
Okay, he wasn't actually in prison. People who are just now listening,
sure,
he was working at a prison.
That was an old episode.
It was old. So it's like new listeners. Like he didn't actually go to prison for a while. He was working.
But if you didn't know that, go back and listen to everything else that we've ever posted. Because and tell us how much better we are now than we were back then. But anyways, prison. Tell us your prison stories.
Oh no, I was just saying I didn't eat breakfast, so I got one of their breakfast chicken sandwiches. And it was pretty good. The chicken was good. Like, and I think they had wedges too.
Was it better than Sheet's chicken?
I guess. I normally don't get Sheet's chicken. But I also know I could have got French fries there at 7 a.m. in the morning. Wawa would never.
We don't know that for sure.
No, I know that for sure. I'm talking from personal past experience.
We don't really know that for sure. Okay, I have to say, speaking of chicken, when it comes to Sheet's chicken, like their chicken bites and their like app boxes, I'm not completely impressed.
Oh, I don't get those.
They're not that great.
Those are not really. No,
it's just breading.
It's just breaded little balls of meat, and that's all it really is. But have you ever had Bojangles?
One time.
Were you impressed?
I think it was good. I don't know. It's been a while.
They don't have them up here. Of course, it's like a southern thing. By southern, we mean like
Virginia.
Right over the Mason-Dixon down there. They have them in Maryland.
Oh, they do?
I think.
I've never seen them. Well.
Maybe not.
The part of Maryland I go through is the 10-minute part.
They do. I was over in Frederick, and they had one.
Oh, there's one in Frederick?
Yeah, there is. Right by the Big Lots.
You're always in Frederick.
Yeah, but I don't know where all that crap is in Frederick. I'm on like the outskirts of Frederick.
Yeah, it's like right in like on the strip, on the Golden Mile, they call it, right down there. But anyways, it's across from like the Home Depot, whatever,
wherever that is.
There's a Bojangles down there. But whenever we go like south or go to the beach, I like Bojangles just hits different, and their sweet tea, it's like warm, and they don't even put ice with it. They do put ice with it, but like the ice melts because it's like fresh. It's like fresh, and their biscuits, top notch. I have to say it's better than Chick-fil-A most times, especially because Chick-fil-A is like changing. I've had like some bad experience with Chick-fil-A lately. Anybody else?
Yeah, me too.
Or like maybe I'm just like having it too much, and my expectations are too high.
Probably. We just need a Raising Cane's down here.
Me and Grant did go to Raising Cane's this past weekend.
Mm-hmm.
It was very good.
Do you eat the cane sauce?
I do have to say, I was a little bit irritated because I couldn't eat the chicken right away because it was too hot. So I literally just had to eat all my literally all the fries until I could eat one bite of the chicken because it was just so hot.
That just shows you how fresh it is.
Yes, yes, I love it being fresh, but like you want people to eat it.
It's a good problem to have.
Like,
but
I guess.
not when it's like eat in. It needs to be like slightly colder
Yeah.
mouth temperature.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, their cane sauce absolutely phenomenal. It's better than Chick-fil-A.
It was good.
Mm.
I wouldn't say that. I would probably say they're tied. I don't really have.
Their sweet tea is better than
Their sweet
Chick-fil-A.
tea is so good, but it's so sugary. So
That's why I love it.
So is their lemonade, but that's so sugary. And then when you mix the lemonade and the tea overpowers it 100%.
John and I each got refills before we left.
Yeah. I mean, I got a refill. Well, I had lemonade, then I drank half of it, then I got a refill of tea. And then the tea just overpowered that lemonade.
And so,
just
yeah.
But it was so good.
So we went to the fair at about 3:30. So we left our drinks from Raising Cane's and John's truck. We get back at like 9:30.
Yeah.
And we're heading back to the cabin. And I take a sip of mine. And like, yeah, the tea was watered down. But like, it honestly wasn't that bad because the tea was so sweet. I was like, dude, this is really good.
But it
and
was
John's
so
like, no. Took a sip and he's like, dude, that is still good. I was like, I know. So I was sitting there drinking the sweet tea on the way back.
That's funny. Yeah. It is. It's like a syrup whenever you like drink it.
Oh, so good.
More thicker than normal liquids.
Yeah.
Just like good old K-Bro syrup.
Speaking of,
oh my word!
What? No, I don't. That's not what I was speaking of. I don't want to
Yeah,
talk
you were.
about that.
Why?
We need to let the people know.
I'm not gonna out you, but you can talk about it if you would like to. Okay, this man eats straight corn syrup, just straight.
It's the best.
If
y'all don't like it, you're living under a rock. I don't know what else to tell you.
So I guess that means everybody's living under a rock.
Yep.
I think pure maple syrup is the way to go.
Yes.
Did you only try
maple syrup is its own separate
Couldn't bring
thing.
myself to.
Maple syrup is its own separate thing.
Yeah, it's like you can get natural maple syrup from a tree, not corn syrup for sugar, liquid sugar.
Yeah, it's still good.
I don't know. I didn't try it, so I guess I can't like have an opinion, but
I've
it
tried
looked
it. I have an opinion.
weird. Just clear syrup.
Women.
Well, our friend John tasted it and he said it literally tasted like nothing. It was just like thick water. So
Ew, thick water.
It on his pancake. So
French toast.
Breakfast
oh my gosh,
carbs.
I'm so sorry. French toast.
He did not say it tastes like. He just said it had no flavor.
Yeah, he said
it was all right. He did not say it was just like water.
But he said,
I'm pretty sure he said that when you weren't out there.
oh yeah, when you were out there, he said, ugh, this is disgusting.
Right,
I don't know,
yeah,
This man eats this. This is so disgusting.
And he's the one to like eat anything, and so like to hear him say that, it's like, oh,
it's like, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
All right, we're just gonna run a poll on a post as long as Sydney remembers to put it in. Do you put K-Bro syrup on your pancakes, waffles, or Frenchie toast? Let us know.
Let us know. Be honest.
I'll put a poll out whenever this episode comes out.
It'll be anonymous.
No, I want to know who you are.
Oh.
Please tell me.
Never mind.
If you say it, I will come bully you in the comments. I'm just kidding.
And then I'll report Sydney for bullying.
Bully.
And then I'm going to lose my privileges. I'm going to write that down to do that.
Poll and...
There was something else that I wanted to talk about, but I forget what it was.
What'd you think of the chocolate milk?
Oh, the chocolate milk was amazing. I don't even like milk, and that was like, it was like melted ice cream. And I drank a whole half cup of it. Dennis didn't like it. Well, you did not like it. You just weren't the biggest fan of it at first.
I don't know.
Which is surprising.
It just tasted like syrup.
Speaking of syrup.
Like chocolate syrup.
Things tasting like syrup.
It was good. I think I just like Rutter's better.
I would get that over Rutter's any day.
Yeah.
I don't have any demographic for milk competition. But it was pretty good, I have to say.
Honestly, we should do that just like we did with the teas. Let's do it with chocolate milk.
Oh, yeah.
And let's have Grant do it. because you could literally do like Gallagher's, Rutter's, Richie's, not Richie's. Why did I say Richie's?
Do you mean Turkey Hill?
I meant what we got.
Oh, Reedsville Creamery.
Reedsville, not Richie's. Tremu. What's another one? Harrisburg Dairies. Literally.
Don't even put them in there. They literally just make chocolate water. That is what their stuff is. It is absolutely foul.
I am curious, like, if you would be able to say what they are.
I don't know if I'd be able to tell all of them in order, but I could definitely tell you which one is Rutter's and which one would be Reedsville.
Okay.
100%. And I might be able to tell you Harrisburg Dairies, unless somebody else out there makes chocolate water. That's literally what Harrisburg Dairies is.
Or there's one that's like has a yellow bottle. Dollar General sells it. I don't know what Nesquik maybe. No.
Ew.
I don't know. It is pretty gross, but that could also be one.
We're gonna do a chocolate milk test. That would be kind of fun. I would say you can have Damon do it with you.
Or we could do like raw milk and then just put like chocolate syrup in it and mix it up.
No, that's not true chocolate milk.
But would you know?
Yes.
But how would you know?
He's gonna
raw milk tastes different, and you can tell when you put chocolate syrup in it.
Okay, well I think we should just put this to the test. You know, actions mean way more than words, so let's just put it to the test.
That's what we'll do on next week's episode. First one in the new place. We can record in any room we want to.
True.
So
the master bedroom it is.
Yeah, no. I won't have cups actually. So remember to bring cups.
I'll have cups.
And bring
we're not going to have Reedsville Creamery.
Dang it. Okay. We're going to plan this for an episode soon in the new place. Yeah.
For sure.
I thought of one of the things. It was written in my notes that I forgot to talk about, but we talked about this a little bit at the cabin. The other day I like shuffled my music on Spotify on just like all my like songs, and a Christmas song came on, and I looked at the screen, I went to skip it, and I was like, no, this is kind of nice. And I sang the rest of the Christmas song and I enjoyed it. And it's August, y'all. So I don't know how I feel about myself right now, but
okay, no.
I enjoyed it.
It's August. No. It's August.
Before you say anything, Grant, how Christmassy was it? Like it was like jingle bells and like.
But it was called Christmas is Coming by Kane, the one with Mac Powell.
Okay, I don't believe I know that one.
It was
off the top of my head.
It was pretty much just like, we have to tell everybody Christmas is coming, the waiting is over.
All right, see, that has the word Christmas in it. So yes. I don't know if I would go that far right now. But the song that we were listening to,
it was just like,
was Behold by Phil Wickham and Anna Wilson.
Yeah.
And like, I don't think it said Christmas. It says like Christ the Lord is born or something like that. So like that's initiating Christmas, but like it never actually said Christmas. And it has like a, what's this called again?
Jingle bells?
No.
Sleigh bells? Bells?
No, it's like tambourine.
Tambourine?
Is that a tambourine?
It sounded more like bells.
Okay.
Or just like some kind of tinkling.
Bells. Yeah. But it wasn't like actual like jingle bells. Which also made it sound a little bit like Christmas music, but yeah, I feel like if you weren't really paying that much attention, you wouldn't be able to tell it's Christmas. So most Christian Christmas songs are like worship songs. Yes.
Most, not all. But like, yeah. So that one was like, oh, we can just listen to this like it's another song. Mm-hmm. And even like songs like Sunday's Coming is an Easter song, but you can sing it whenever. It's just about like being a Christian. Because Sunday's always coming because it comes every week. But the one it's talking about is, Good Sunday or Easter Sunday. But anyways, no, this song was like inherently like Christmas is coming. And talking about like the birth of Jesus instead of just like the day of Christmas. Mm. It wasn't talking about like the season of winter. Some of them is like, I can't wait for snow on the stoop and carols and bells and stockings. Yeah. This one was just like, the season is coming. So it kind of was less of like a winter song and more of like a Christian song
celebrating Christmas.
but I still sang it with my whole heart.
You can celebrate Christmas all year long.
Absolutely.
Grant.
Right, Grant?
You don't just have to celebrate it during that one time of the year. Just like we talked about, like Valentine's Day. Like you don't have to celebrate Valentine's Day just on Valentine's Day. You can do stuff for your person like every single day of the year. So like Christmas is kind of like that. Like you don't have to remember that Christ is born just during Christmas season.
Exactly.
You can literally celebrate it all year long.
My thoughts exactly. We should get Damon on this.
So like I definitely won't listen to like Jingle Bells until like Christmas time.
Mm-hmm.
But I will listen to like you said, like songs like that like before.
So when is Christmas time, Vanessa?
Christmas time has to be after Thanksgiving. If it's not after Thanksgiving, I mean, if it's before Thanksgiving, no, like I will literally skip it or like literally shut it down. But no, because people forget about Thanksgiving and that's rude.
I have to say
That's
spirit
rude.
of Christmas starts in this house October 1st. And we don't
like why?
We don't do Halloween.
We don't do Halloween either. But like,
we don't do
you got
anything about Halloween. So like not even like the house is dark. We hide in the basement. Kind of don't do Halloween. And so it's like actually that's kind of what I remember from being a kid. It does not October 1st, but like that day specifically, we hide in the basement, watch Christmas movies on Halloween.
Aww.
And so like that's kind of like where it starts, right? Right? Isn't that a nice thing, Grant?
Nope, it's not December yet.
But so then, yeah, we kind of like ring in like the holiday season, which I hate that term, but like Thanksgiving and family time and Christmas and all the parties, because our family hosts a lot of parties between Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, and then Super Bowl and whatever. But like, yeah, I think Christmas, the spirit of Christmas starts in November.
How many days till Christmas?
I don't know.
It's August.
Guys, if you ask some of my old friends, they would tell you that I was a Christmasaholic. Like I would put a countdown on my Snapchat story, and not like every day, not every day until it got down to like 100 days. And then every single day I would post and be like 99 days till Christmas, 98 days till Christmas, like back in high school. And then it was even like freshman year of college. And then I realized why I didn't have so many friends and why Janae thought I was weird. And I was like, dang, I would hate me too if somebody was shoving Christmas down my throat. So then I kind of lost the sentiment for it and haven't done any kind of countdown since I was like 19.
Now,
so
are you like gaining it back since you have more friends now?
I don't know. We'll see what happens this year. I'll have to get a countdown. There's this website, and I always forget about it on Christmas, but it's called isitchristmas.com, and it literally just says no every day except for Christmas. And I've known about it forever.
You and a thing.
I'll show you. It just says no, like on this screen. But I always forget about it on Christmas Day to go check and see when it says yes, or if there's like anything else on the screen. Is it Christmas.com? Go. No.
Oh my gosh.
The screen just says
no.
There's like nothing else to it. It's just the word no. So somebody please remind me this Christmas that I want to go check that and see what it says.
What if it just always says no?
Then I think I will be really upset.
I would laugh.
Well, I guess we have to
Your whole life was a lie.
remember. You know what I realized? Speaking of Christmas and speaking of moving out, last Christmas, we all lived at home. Like you, me, Janae, Grant. I was looking at Danessa when I said you. We all lived at home. And now this Christmas, we're all going to have moved out, which is really sad. But also really like cool to like think about how like what a crazy year it's been. Which is what Christmas is all about. Looking back over your life. And there's still plenty of year to come. So we're
you never know.
technically still only like just over halfway through. But this year has gone so fast.
Mm-hmm.
I think the podcast has even sped it up some because it's like every week we meet and we talk about everything. And I'm like, I think back and I'm like, oh yeah, that thing happened. And I'm like, we talked about that when? Like you just said, like the episode we were all together a month ago at this point. But I could have told you it was like last week.
Yeah.
Dang.
I think my year was just literally like a second because of the wedding.
Oh, yeah.
And like planning it because I like it kind of sucked because I wasn't like able to enjoy like each season or each month because all I was focused about like was about the wedding, like what I needed to do. So like my spring, like I didn't really enjoy it because I wasn't really outside a lot because I just didn't have time. And like even like this summer, like May and June, like I just wasn't really enjoying it. I mean, now I am. And like, don't get me wrong, like I like am glad like I had that time, I guess. And like I'm glad that we're married, but like it just kind of like I don't know.
Stressful.
Yeah.
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 There was like something, I felt like there's been something every single weekend. Like I cannot tell you the last time I had a free weekend.
Oh, 100%.
Even looking into the future until like the end of October, I have like something every week. Or like you guys have something one weekend, so I'm like, oh well, we can't do anything then, so I guess like everything's off the table. So I'm busy if you guys are busy, which is a weird way to think about it, but it's like I don't know. I you know, you're like, oh, let's go do something. Well, you're free, or you're busy, I'm busy, you're busy, I'm busy. Craziness. But honestly, I heard somebody the other day say like you should like hustle in your 20s so you can like relax in your 30s.
Yeah.
And I'm like, or like enjoy, like live in your 30s. And I'm like, I feel like I'm doing a very equal amount of both, like working really hard. Like I said, I'm taking a day off this week, but I'm working 40 hours still to make up for it so that I can like actually save and like enjoy life down the road while I'm young, but I'm still living like so fully and just doing so much.
Like you're not weighed down by your work.
Right.
Like,
and I feel like we're all
good balance
in that. Yeah. We're all in that boat of like, if we want to do something, we'll just plan a weekend and go do it. Like we just went to the cabin. That was kind of on a whim.
Yeah.
Kind of. But still, like, I think life's pretty full.
Mm-hmm.
I really can't complain about much.
No. And like me and Grant were talking about that too. We're like, we've just been so busy, like we haven't been able to like deep clean the house or like get a room like fully organized because we just haven't been home. And I'm like, maybe during the winter, like we'll be more free, but it's really not looking like that. Cause we're like, oh, like we have like 1 week and between August and September, like one weekend that we have that's like free that not like me or him is not doing anything. And then we're like, after that, then we're just like busy. Like our whole September is busy except like 1 week.
Yeah,
October's probably where it slows down a little bit, but that's just for right now. Like we could literally plan something.
Right.
Yeah.
It's also like, maybe it's not busy, but I know I have like a wedding the first weekend, Reese and Shay come home the second, and then you and I have that concert the third.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm trying to plan something the fourth, which I don't know why I'm trying to plan something, but it's like, I'm free. Let's go do something.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Maybe it's because like this generation, like we're always like go, go, go. And like if we have a free weekend, we're like, I'm doing
advantage.
I'm doing something wrong with my life. Like why do I have a free weekend just at home? Like sometimes I do think that, and that's like not good.
Right.
Because like you need that time to rest and like recoup and everything. But I'm just like, no, I need to do something. But you don't.
No, you don't. Wild. Like, wow, I'm having so many epiphanies right now.
Yeah.
I don't have to fill my life, but I really want to. But I don't know. I don't, it's not like a need. Then
I'm like, is that the season we're in? Because like, we're so like, we're still young and we still have like friends that are like in a really busy season. So like, we want to celebrate all those.
Right.
And like not that we're going to like not have good seasons other ages, but like this is like a really changing like time for everybody in their 20s.
Like everyone we're friends, well, not everyone, but the majority of people we're friends with or that are still hanging around that can still do stuff is like just married, engaged, single, no kids. And like that's like the key factor is like the kids. The lack of responsibility when it comes to like kids. Like I feel the weight of it having Burton, having my dog, just because like every weekend if I go somewhere, I have to be like, Mom and Dad, can you watch him? Or, you know, pay somebody to come get him. I pay my parents if they watch him, because like that's a huge thing. It takes away from their weekend, or put him in a kennel. Or when I move, I'll have to either ask my roommate or board him or bring him back here. It's just like something to focus on. But it's not like it's not like a kid where I have to be like,
you have
it's
to
coming
bring
with
him
me.
With you.
Right. It's just like a taste of what it'll be like. So crazy.
Yeah.
Guys, we're growing up. Yeah. This just turned into like a crisis podcast.
Yeah.
Wow.
As Luke Combs said, growing up and getting old.
Dang. I was just looking at his
good album.
Okay. Anyways. I have to say, I went to look at his music today. I clicked on his name and I was looking at his album covers, and he's really clever with the way he does like his deluxe album.
Very clever.
Mm-hmm.
But for 2, I can't look him in the eyes and say his name is Luke. Because
What do you think he looks like? Then?
I don't know. He like the Lukes I know are not like Luke Combs, but his name is Luke Combs. His name is not Luke, and like just looking at him,
Yeah,
but it's like
you have to say Combs at the end,
right? And it's weird. It was a weird like realization. I was like, dang, his name cannot be Luke. Like he does not look like
I
one.
mean, some people have stage names, so Luke couldn't. Like it wouldn't have to.
That
be his
is
first
true.
name.
Who was that? You guys who just told me about somebody who was a stage name? Brandon
Yes,
Lake.
Brandon Lake.
Yeah.
Brandon's first name is Michael.
Wild.
His middle name is Brandon, and his last name is Lake.
Never
Because
knew that.
like Brandon Lake sounds a lot better than Michael Lake.
I need to know about Luke now.
Well, Michael Lake kind of sounds cool too.
Michael Lake.
Mike Lake. Michael Lake.
Michael
Lake.
I don't know if I like
Brandon
Mike Lake.
Brandon Lake. I just feel like just because we know the name Brandon Lake, like that just sounds better than Michael Lake. I don't know. Maybe it's like one of those things where like he's just always been called by his middle name and not his first name.
Maybe.
Because like maybe his dad's name was Michael. I don't know.
Luke Combs.
It probably is his first name, like his first.
Yeah, his name is Luke Albert Combs. He's only 10 years older than me.
What?
Jeez.
He's born in 90, yeah.
We were
He's
born in the same
34.
Decade. We were both born in the 90s. Sorry, Sydney, you don't count.
I was not, but guess you can tell her age really easily. Me.
Oh,
Just goes by
'cause you're the
2000.
same.
Yeah, but it
Oh,
doesn't help
wow.
that I was born halfway through the year. So like the first half, I'm like, what year is it? Okay, I'm not there yet. He's from, do you guys know he's from North Carolina?
Asheville, right?
No.
Or did he go to App State that's in Asheville?
Maybe.
I think.
No, this says he's from Huntersville, which I don't know if that's like a big city or not.
Probably not.
Couldn't tell you.
A large suburban town in the northern Mecklenburg County, North Carolina. Population 61,000. Not even a small town guy. I don't know why we would sing country music. That's just ridiculous. Sorry.
This reminds me of that game that we played where Damon was like saying facts and we had to guess who it was.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to do that? I don't have a game prepared, but I can go to different.
I mean, you can.
Okay.
Or we could just. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
All right. I'll just do like 2 or 3.
Okay. Yeah, I find it interesting. A lot of the country singers are from like Tennessee, North Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, those places.
Okay. I'm going to do my best to not give away anything huge. So this artist is from Lexington, Kentucky. Any guesses?
Ann Wilson.
Yeah, it's Ann Wilson.
That's what I was going to say.
I
She
didn't know.
literally just said at the concert she is from Kentucky. And I
Dang
was
it, I
saying
didn't
that in
even
my
hear
head.
that.
And then, yeah, she said Kentucky.
Mhm.
I didn't know Lexington, but when you said Kentucky, I was like,
Should I just let me see what we got.
She's probably doing stuff.
I thought about it. I went to type it in and I was like, I can't do that. She's gonna know.
I actually don't know where he's from. And
California,
Really?
I think. That's where he lives now.
You don't know.
Okay, I got
where
one.
he's from.
Wiki page. Hopefully you don't see this. Okay. This singer, it doesn't say where they are from, but it says the origin is Nashville. From genre country, if that's not obvious, country pop, and country rock. The years they've been active is from 99 until 2001. There have been I can't tell that. This is hard. Damon really had a lot of time to like set it up. Origins. Let's just read this. This is really boring. I'm sorry. Okay, let's not do this anymore.
Because you can't find any facts.
I can't find. It's really hard to find facts on there. Let me.
Who was it?
It wasn't Kid Rock, was it?
No, it was not. Hang on. I'm gonna try to do something. I'm still gonna try to get it.
I have a guess, but it's far out there,
Okay, what is it?
so I might not say it.
I said Kid Rock and looked like an idiot.
No, you don't look an idiot. Well, never mind. First album came out in 1999. Has songs. I'm just gonna read like 3 of them. This Everyday Love. Some Say. Did you say something?
This Everyday Love is a song title.
Yeah. And then another song called Long, Slow, Beautiful Dance. Second album came out in 2001. Songs like These Days.
Rascal Flatts.
Yes.
I was like, they sing that song.
Yeah, that song.
The first one that you said.
This Everyday
This Everyday Love.
yeah.
But then I was like, but they still sang music after 2021.
2001.
2001. They still.
That was the other artist she did. She did a whole
No.
different new one.
Oh no, yeah, no. The album that I read, I said their second album. But no, they sang until 21. It says that's what it said on Wiki.
21.
Mm-hmm.
From
Did I say 2001?
Yeah.
Oh, I meant
Oh,
2021.
That was for the previous artist, I thought.
The previous artist was Ann Wilson.
Oh.
And I didn't see her name.
Yeah, you said 1999 to 2001. I was like, oh.
That's why I said Kid Rock.
How do we feel about Post Malone being country now?
He's not.
Have you
he's
heard the
not-
songs?
I didn't listen
did
to
he
his
switch?
album.
Did he switch over to country like for good?
I don't think so. I think it was just like a
Crossover.
one-off album.
I didn't know he came out with a whole album.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
It's
Oh.
called F1 billion or F1 trillion or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's still, I wouldn't consider him country. People who like him and they want to claim that they're country would be like, yeah, listen to Post Malone. Like, no, that's not country. That's not,
No.
that doesn't count.
Even the name like is not
Posty.
a country name.
Mm-mm.
Same with like Jelly Roll. Like that's
Yeah.
not a country name.
He does the face
Like,
tats.
that's a pop name.
Don't sell me.
No.
You know there's going
Like-
to be, you know what's going to happen, though? I'm so glad I'm not in college anymore. There's going to be some dude at a frat party that's going to say, hey, bro, turn on some country music. And the other guy's going to be like, yeah, I'll put on some F1 Trillion from Post Malone. And I'd be like, no!
Some of the songs are good. Like, and if you don't know it's Post, it's like, oh, okay, like this is decent. I only know 3 of them, and 2 of them are not bad. One's with Luke Combs, and one's with Blake Shelton. The ones that
Oh.
I don't mind.
See,
And the
I
other one with
know
Morgan
those.
Wallen.
Yeah,
That one's
one,
also-
I don't care for that one.
Oh, I like it,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I wouldn't say it's country.
No, I wouldn't say it's
No.
country.
But it's a good song. It's catchy.
You know who's also a good singer, but like releases awful songs?
Who?
Morgan
Sam-
Wallen?
Sam Hunt.
Sam Hunt.
So he releases
dude.
awful
Is-
songs.
Yeah.
But I saw a video where he was singing. It was like a tribute to Alabama, and he was singing. Oh crap! I just lost the name of the song. I'm gonna have to find it. But I don't know where my phone is right now.
Yeah, I think it
Oh.
fell between the cushions. Yeah.
He was singing an Alabama song.
While you're looking for that, Sam Hunt does songs that he like speaks in.
Yes, and I hate
And I'm
that.
like, I
This
can't
song,
sing this.
he was actually singing "Song of the South." Yeah, he was singing "Song of the South" by Alabama, and it was so good. Like you would not know that was Sam Hunt unless like you were looking, unless like you saw his face actually singing it. Like you wouldn't know it was him because it was so good. And then all the comments were like, "Wow, if only your song sounded this good. Or if only like you actually
No.
sung in your songs and not just like not mouth the words, but like not
Lips.
just talk to the
Yeah.
talk the words." And I was like, I hope he's taking these comments to heart because like he can do a lot. He can put out good music
Yeah.
if he doesn't talk in his songs. So
Yep.
There's another artist that does that. Is it Walker Hayes?
Yeah.
Walker
Who like
Hayes does
speaks
that a
in
lot.
his.
Yeah.
Some of his songs are okay, but yeah, he has too many where it's like slow or he's like speaking or
Like that's not singing.
just sing it. Where it's a song,
Just-
not a poem.
yeah.
Unless it's like an actual poem. Like Zach Bryan will do that. He'll put out
Yeah.
like poems he'll read, and I'm like, okay, that's
Those are
fine.
good.
I know they're so good, but they're unless it's like a thing you're specifically supposed to be reading.
Yeah.
Sing the dang song. If you write a song, sing it.
If you call yourself a singer, sing.
Literally. I don't call myself a singer and I sing. You guys know. That's it.
Sing well, but
Where
you
we at
still
now?
sing.
Oh, I think we're almost at an hour. Well, I don't know. Dennis is keeping time.
No, I actually forgot.
Dang it, because she said that and then we talked for a little while.
Yeah. It's all right, Grant. You want to do the MM?
Oh, my watch died.
Yeah, I think we're like just under an hour right now.
That's okay.
Probably. Yeah, that's all right. Keep going. Let's go.
All right. Let me get it up here. We'll try to power through this.
Sorry for all the yawning.
It's a
I
Monday.
haven't yawned.
You're going to make a reel of every time we're like,
That would be really funny.
That was
actually.
that. Oh, crap.
Now you're making me.
we're so sorry, guys.
Whoops. All right. So, if I remember correctly from last Saturday's Men's Alliance meeting,
You want to talk about Men's Alliance
Yeah,
real
you want to
quick?
say like what Men's Alliance is?
yeah, let me
We just give him a minute to actually explain himself.
let me see if let me find it on here. I don't know if the slogan that is on here. Oh, that's the creed. Dang it. Dang blast it. I wish, because at the beginning of every episode, what's his name?
Episode.
Of the Men's
They
Alliance
do a
pod.
podcast.
It's like for the girls, but it's like for the men.
Oh,
We're not
aha!
allowed to
Here we
listen.
go. Perfect.
Here we
Okay, it's
go.
on the about page. It's I think here. Meet the team. David Mills is the founder and director, and so okay. Before I go into that, let me go back to the about page and read the part of it that's in the beginning of every podcast episode. So Men's Alliance is tribes of men across the nation meeting weekly for rugged outdoor workouts and real-world devotions. Real-world devotions around a fire. We are common men with an uncommon desire to succeed. It's rain or shine. And one of the big things is it's to get men out of isolation. Kind of the key, the recipe that David found out was if you put men through like a really hard workout or some type of workout and then get them around a fire with a devotion. Like after men go through something difficult together, he's kind of figured out that then they're more likely to open up to each other. So yeah, and how it works is you can go to their website, which we could put in our show notes, men'salliancetribe.com.
Write that down.
And you can, find a tribe. And it sounds, if you're just sitting here listening to it, you're like, it sounds so stupid, it sounds so dumb. Well, don't knock it until you try it.
That's what Grant thought as well.
I didn't think it was dumb or stupid. I just kind of was like, I don't know. And then I was able to use the excuse, well, I gotta get ready for a wedding. I'm gonna have to work at the house a lot, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then I kind of played myself into it when Steve texted me one weekend when we were away helping at RFK. And I said, I can't this weekend, I will next weekend. And then I sent it and I was like,
That's so funny because this is the second thing you got like kind of not really roped into, but like accidentally happened.
Yeah, like,
from Steve.
what was the first?
The first
Good
was
at
the
that.
the
job.
first, yeah. I forgot.
Now the second's Men's Alliance, and you see how the job worked out for you. So let's hope it's the same as
Mhm.
Men's Alliance.
So, yeah, it's every Saturday mornings is when they meet. And I would like to think all tribes that meet Saturday mornings, they start at 7 a.m. and it's for an hour. And the point of that also is just so, hey, it's not taking up your Saturday. It's done and over with in the morning. Not to think of it kind of being getting it done and over with, but at the same time, it's just designed that it doesn't take up your Saturday. Mm-hmm. But we kind of, it's kind of to keep it short and sweet, I guess, too. And so there's like different levels of membership. If you go 3 times, you get what we call a call sign. Just, I guess, to, I don't know, give it that tribalness or whatever.
Brotherhood kind of thing.
Yeah. So Dave Mills, his call sign is Goose. And he was in the Air Force, and says here he was in the Air Force flying squadrons, and it taught him how tribes are formed, how they operate, how to save lives. And it says here on his like bio page, I've seen how isolated men are and how badly they need a tribe, and I created Men's Alliance to fix that problem and help men become the husbands, fathers, and leaders that God designed us to be. I believe that healthy men create healthy families, and healthy families create a healthy country. So if we want to improve the world, we must start with the men. And then it says at the end, he's been married 23 years, 4 kids, and is the founder and director. I was actually listening to one of the episodes last week, and he was talking with the guy, and he's like, yeah, my wife came up with the name. Because he was trying to think of all these other names, and she's like, what about Men's Alliance? And he's like, that's it, that's the one.
Love that.
But yeah, that's kind of the whole point. It's to get men out of isolation that struggle with that. And it is rain or shine. And it's outside all the time, even in the middle of winter. So we'll see how that goes this year.
I mean, Dad survived it last winter, and he always just bundled up and braved the cold, I guess.
And
so.
like you said, it's only an hour, so
yeah, suck it up or whatever.
I guess I can. And in the last line of the about page, it's time to reject isolation and join a tribe. Reject the lie that comfort will make you happy and get rugged. Reject the facade of everything being fine and get real. That's why our motto is tribal, rugged, real.
Word.
So yeah, you can go to the website and there's a find your tribe. You type in your zip code. It tells you if there's tribes around your area, and then you can kind of make your account to join the tribe and then get kind of connected that way and start going. And then, like I said, they call it 3 levels of membership. There's your call sign. I think you get a coin, which is after you lead a workout and devotion and build a fire and you memorize the Men's Alliance Creed. And then there's a patch. And you get that by going through Carry the Fire. It's a leadership and discipleship training experience, and it is the most rugged Christian apologetics training in the country. Every man who wears the Men's Alliance patch is both a leader of men and a barbarian ambassador for Christ. And then one other thing I'm just seeing right now, be doers of the word and not hearers only. It's really good. I'm liking it so far. And then even the podcasts that Dave does, the topics they talk about are really good. They really drive home the point of being, the men that we were created to be able to be the husbands, fathers, that we are supposed to be, and leaders. So if I'm remembering correctly, which this kind of weekend kind of felt like a blur, and just bear with me since I'm kind of dragging right now. But I believe our devotion from this past week that was from 1 John chapter 1, and it was verse 5 through 10. And the only reason I'm remembering that is because the guy that led it, he said there was a key word in it, and it was practice, and I see practicing in here. So I'm hoping this is right. But I think it is. reading
Even
it.
if it's not, we're
yeah.
going to learn something from it. So just go.
Yeah. So it is living in the light. 1 John chapter 1. I'm going to start at verse 5 and just read the whole thing. This is NLT version, by the way. This is the message we heard from Jesus and now declare to you, God is light, and there is no darkness in him at all. So we are lying if we say we have fellowship with God, but go on living in spiritual darkness. We are not practicing the truth. But if we are living in the light, as God is in the light, then we have fellowship with each other, and the blood of Jesus, his Son, cleanses us from all sin. If we claim we have no sin, we are only fooling ourselves and not living in the truth. But if we confess our sins to him, he is faithful and just to forgive us our sins and to cleanse us from all wickedness. If we claim we have not sinned, we are calling God a liar and showing that his word has no place in our hearts. And so the point that was made during the devotion was practicing. And, practicing is, repetition, continually doing it over and over and over until you get it right, till you get it perfect. We're obviously not perfect, but the point that was driven home was if we're not practicing godliness traits, getting in our word, getting in community, and all that other stuff, you're not living in the light. And just kind of, I might trail off here. But and then it was also just like, idols, like, making, hobbies and work and whatnot idols. That's, you're practicing wickedness, I guess, or, you're going down spiritual darkness at that point if you're making something that's not God, your idol. And another thing that's just coming to my mind right now, and that this was eye-opening. And this will definitely take a long time to work on. But at the porch last week, they had like a relationship panel, or married couples for their panel to end their relationship summer series. And one thing, I don't know what the question was asked, but one of the couples, the wife, she talked about idols and whatnot. And she said that, and it'll sound bad when I say it, but then when she explained it, it made perfect sense. She said, if my husband were to die today and not be here tomorrow, I could live without him. And the point she was making was that, significant others, and I'm just going to use husband and wives for this, but you get, you kind of, like, people always say, I can't live without that person. Like, if they die tomorrow, like, that's it, I'm done. Well, you're kind of missing the whole point if you're done then at that point. Like, and I was like, dang. I was like, I'll be honest, I don't know how I would react if that scenario would happen. Like, that's, to get to that point, that just is so much spiritual submission right there. To be like, yeah, I love my wife a lot, but if something would happen, I know I'm okay. I will be fine. I'm going to grieve. I'm going to mourn. But it's not going to be the end of the world.
Wow. I think I must have missed that part whenever she said that. It does ring a bell, but I didn't like register it. Maybe because I'm not at that level of having somebody to lose. But we think of like, everyone puts relationships on a pedestal, and it's like once you're married, like that's your person, or like, that's like the only thing that matters anymore. And we forget that like there's a third person in that relationship that's way more important. Even like once you have kids and you're like, oh yeah, like kids first and then your spouse. But even still, like your kids come after your spouse, and then your spouse comes after God. That's just like, as a single person, that's something that's really hard to wrap your mind around, because I'm like, I really want somebody. Not that I'm like sitting here like wanting, but everyone who's single, most people who are single long for a relationship with a person. And actually, after the porch this past week, I had a realization of like, I need to be I need to be more focused, more convinced of how comfortable I am with myself and with my relationship with God before I start thinking about somebody else. Not that I'm not in the right place, but there's always room for improvement. And I think that was one thing I took away from it, was like all these people said, well, the relationship panel was interesting because half of them, there was three couples. One of them was like, oh yeah, we were both Christians before we met. And then one of them was like, I wasn't a Christian until 6 years into my relationship. And the other one was like, I came from a really bad family, but we found God together. And it's like there's more troubles. It can still work, but there's more troubles. And if I'm at the point now where I'm single, I can work on my relationship with God, like in this time, like why am I not taking advantage of that? And how many more blessings could there be if I were to like take that time and like focus on that for right now? It was definitely a good speech for anybody who was there on Thursday.
I think what the couple was getting at when they said that was like, make sure your relationship with God is like make sure
God's priority one. It doesn't matter.
Like, and like you, like, yes, me and Grant are married, but like I need to have a relationship with God, and so does Grant, so that if like something would happen to one of us, like we would be fine because we'd have that like relationship like with him, like me and him. And like, yeah, me and Grant can have like a relationship like together with God, but like we still need that like separateness from each other, just us to God, so that like we can make God like one and like in our relationship. So I think that's what she was going with that. Just to like be like center your relationship around God, and that's kind of like a way to do that. So.
Something else, we could talk forever about this, but one thing that my mom had said just the other day, we were doing a relationship study in Sunday school as well, which was kind of cool, like having it at the porch and having it on Sundays as well. But she said they were wrapping up the study, and she said something about like, what are some things that you don't have to focus so much on when it comes to relationships? And she said that one of the things is that you don't have to focus on being or having an explicit couples devotion time, because if you both have a relationship with God, it'll be evident in your relationship with each other. And so if you feel a need to, not saying it's wrong to like sit down with your spouse or future spouse and like do a devotion together, but if you're like so focused on like, oh, we have to talk together, that you're forgetting that you have your own relationship with God, then that's where like the issue comes in, that like you need to put your own personal prayer time with God first before you put it with somebody else. And then it won't feel like a need. It won't feel like you have to. It'll feel like, oh, guess what I read the other day? Oh, look what I found. Or, hey, I wanted to show you this. Or I found this book. It would be great if we could, go through it. Or, oh, I found the same book and I was thinking the same thing. Like, you're going to be on the same track, even if you're not together in that time of devotion with each other. So it was kind of cool the way she put that. Wow, that got really deep really fast.
And one other thing to kind of just nail home the making God the priority and submitting to Him fully. Excuse me. This story came to mind. I read this one morning before work a couple months ago. Genesis 22, Abraham's faith being tested. So this is after God, I think, said to Sarah in a dream that she would be promised a son. And so then Abraham has that son. And so I'm just going to kind of skip down through, starting at verse 1, and just kind of hit the key points until we get to the spot. So God tested Abraham's faith sometime later. He told him to take his son, his only son, Isaac, whom he loved so much, and go to the land of Moriah. Go and sacrifice him as a burnt offering on one of the mountains, which I will show you. So Abraham got up early next morning, got his donkey, took 2 servants along with his son Isaac, chopped wood for a fire for the burnt offering, set out for where God had told him. took him 3 days. He then told the servants to stay with the donkey and said, the boy and I will travel a little farther. We will worship there, and then we will come right back. So he placed the wood for the burnt offering on Isaac's shoulders while he himself carried the fire and the knife. As they walked together, Isaac turned to Abraham and said, Father. Abraham said, yes, my son. We have the fire and wood, the boy said, but where is the sheep for the burnt offering? God will provide a sheep for the burnt offering, my son, Abraham answered, and they both walked on together. So they got up to the place. Abraham built the altar and arranged the wood on it. Then he tied his son Isaac and laid him on the altar on top of the wood. Abraham picked up the knife to kill his son as a sacrifice. At that moment, the angel of the Lord called to him from heaven, Abraham, Abraham. Yes, Abraham replied, here I am. Don't lay a hand on the boy, the angel said. Do not hurt him in any way, for now I know that you truly fear God. You have not withheld from me even your son, your only son. Then Abraham looked up and saw a ram caught by its horns in a thicket. So he took the ram and sacrificed it as a burnt offering in place of his son. I think that's about it. And then on down here, verse 16, the angel says to Abraham, this is what the Lord says, because you have obeyed me and have not withheld even your son, your only son, I swear by my own name that I will certainly bless you. I will multiply your descendants beyond number like the stars in the sky and the sand on the seashore. Your descendants will conquer the cities of their enemies, and through your descendants all the nations of the earth will be blessed, all because you have obeyed me. So that just, as I said earlier, it just really drives home the point of spiritual submission to God. Like Abraham was... He was going to sacrifice his own son because God told him to, and there was no questions asked. He did not say, God, why? Why? He said, literally, he said, well, he didn't even say anything back. The only thing Abraham said back to God, when God said, Abraham said, yes, here I am. And then God told him, and he woke up the next morning and went to go do it. No questions asked.
I wish there was more commentary, more like Isaac threw a fit and argued back and didn't want to be killed, or something like, Abraham said, "I'm sorry, son. That's just how it has to go." Or just like the more human side of it, of like the emotions he went through. But I think that the emission, like what's the word, emission of those, the lack of that human emotion side of it shows just like the raw obedience of like God said, Abraham said, okay. Isaac said, where's the offering? Abraham said, God will provide, and didn't waver, didn't shake on his faith, and was just like, this is how it goes. This is what has to happen, and this is what's going to happen. And went to go through with it. Didn't say, okay, God, like I'm here. He's tied up any minute now. He was like, God said to do this, and I'm going to be obedient, and I need to do this. And God really honored that in the 11th hour of the whole situation. But like to be able to to put ourselves in those shoes it seems impossible. And I've heard that story 1,000 times, it seems like, and every time I'm just like, I don't even have a kid, and I don't know if I could do that to anybody, even if I didn't like them, just to like sacrifice them like that. But if God were to tell you, would I be able to give someone up like that? That's just like the true level of submission that we need to strive for.
Yep.
With anyone.
Vanessa, you have anything or?
No.
Okay.
I had something else to say about Men's Alliance when you're back talking about it. I won't take up too much more time, but my dad's been going to Men's Alliance for I think over a year now. I really couldn't tell you. I think it's been at least a year, and it's always just kind of been a joke of like, oh yeah, Men's Alliance. What about Women's Alliance? We'd always be like, oh yeah, Women's Alliance would be like in the kitchen. We'd just like learn how to bake a pie or something. And then there was talk of making like some kind of women's group where we do like a similar thing where there's like not such a rugged workout, but we like get together and we do some strength training. And I think it is a thing. If I'm not mistaken, I think there is some kind of like spin-off like woman's side of it. Not that you would.
I couldn't tell you.
Not that you would really know. But the other day my mom was like, how would you feel? Like, would you join it? Like if our church had one? And I said, I don't think I would. I feel like it would devalue like the men's alliance, like the like group of men that get together. It would be another thing of women saying we can do whatever men can do, and we're going to do what men do as well. And like this is just kind of speaking to like the group of men that get together, just how like valuable it is to them, and how much I've seen not just like my dad or even like you grow through just joining this group, but like everybody, like the group of guys have gotten so much more strong, and I've noticed a change in each one of them that has joined. They're more lively and personable and talkative, and it's just a much different community at church since we've started this Men's Alliance tribe at our church. And so I guess it's just kind of like another plug. If you have any questions, you can reach out to Grant, or just reach out to the pod and we'll get you connected somehow. But yeah, it's definitely a really neat community for any man in the area.
Yeah, what she said.
Yep.
Recommend.
Mm-hmm.
And women, you can do what men can do, but you shouldn't do what men can do, because men are created differently. And on that note, like and subscribe. Give us 5 stars.
But everyone can subscribe, so doesn't matter what gender you are.
We don't care what gender you are.
So.
Even if you aren't, whatever. We love you all.
Thanks.
Bye, everybody.
Have a good week.